Chapter 3. Now these were the sons of David, who were born to him in Hebron. The firstborn Amnon, of Ahinoam the Jezreelitess; the second Daniel, of Abigail the Carmelitess; the third Absalom, the son of Maacah the daughter of Talmai king of Geshur; the fourth Adonijah the son of Haggith; the fifth Shephatiah of Abital; the sixth Ithream by Eglah his wife. 6 were born to him in Hebron, and there he reigned 7 years and 6 months. In Jerusalem he reigned 33 years, and these were born to him in Jerusalem: Shimeah and Shobab, and Nathan and Solomon 4, of Bathsheba the daughter of Ammiel; and Ibar, and Elishama and Eliphelet, and Nogah and Nepheg and Japhia, and Elishama and Elida and Eliphelet 9. All these were the sons of David, besides the sons of the concubines, and Tamar was their sister. Solomon's son was Rehoboam, Abijah his son, Asa his son, Jehoshaphat his son, Joram his son, Ahaziah his son, Joash his son, Amaziah his son, Azariah his son, Jotham his son, Ahaz his son, Hezekiah his son, Manasseh his son, Ammon his son, Josiah his son. The sons of Josiah: the firstborn Johanan, the second Jehoiakim, the third Zedekiah, the fourth Shallum. The sons of Jehoiakim: Jeconiah his son, Zedekiah his son. The sons of Jeconiah the captive: Shealtiel his son, and Malchiram, and Pedaiah, and Shenazar, Jechemiah, Hoshama, and Nebadiah. The sons of Pedaiah: Zerubbabel and Shimei. The sons of Zerubbabel: Meshullam and Hananiah, and Shelemith was their sister, and Hashubah, and Ohil, and Berechiah, and Hasadiah, and Jeshwab Hesed 5. The sons of Hananiah: Pelatiah and Jeshiah. The sons of Raphiah: the sons of Arnan. The sons of Obadiah: the sons of Shechaniah. The sons of Shechaniah: Shemaiah. The sons of Shemaiah: Hattush and Igal, and Beriah, and Neriah, and Shaphat 6. The sons of Neriah: Elioenai, and Hezekiah, and Azrikam 3. The sons of Elioenai: Hadoviah, and Eliashib, and Peliah, and Akub, and Johanan, and Deliah, and Anani 7. Chapter 4. The sons of Judah: Perez, Hezron, and Carmi, and Hur, and Shobal. Reiah the son of Shobal became the father of Jahath, and Jahath became the father of Ahumai and Lahad. These are the families of the Zorathites. These were the sons of the father of Etam: Jezreel, and Ishma, and Idbash, and the name of their sister was Hazalelponai; and Penuel, the father of Gedor, and Ezer, the father of Husha. These are the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the father of Bethlehem. Asher, the father of Tekoa, had 2 wives, Helah and Nara. Nara bore him Ahuzam, and Hepher, and Temani, and Ahashterai. These were the sons of Nara. The sons of Helah were Zereth, Izhar, and Ethnan. Hakkoz became the father of Anab, and Zabobah, and the families of Aharlel, the son of Haram. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, and his mother named him Jabez, saying, Because I bore him with sorrow. Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, Oh, that you would bless me indeed, and enlarge my border, and that your hand might be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that it not be to my sorrow. God granted him that which he requested. Caleb the brother of Shuha became the father of Mehir, who was the father of Eshton. Eshton became the father of Bethrapha, and Paseah, and Tehina the father of Ir-Nahash. These are the men of Rekah. The sons of Kenaz: Othniel and Sariah. The sons of Othniel: Hathath. Meonothai became the father of Ophrah, and Sariah became the father of Joab, the father of Ge Harashim, for they were craftsmen. The sons of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, Eru, Elah, and Nam, and the sons of Elah, and Kenaz, the sons of Jehalalel, Ziph, and Zepha, Teriah, and Asarel, the sons of Ezra, Jether, and Mered, and Epher, and Jalan, and she bore Miriam, and Shammai, and Ishba, the father of Eshtemoa. His wife the Jewish bore Jared, the father of Gedor, and Heber, the father of Soko, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. These are the sons of Bethiah, the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Mered took. The sons of the wife of Hodiah, the sister of Naham, were the father of Keilah the Garmite, and Eshtemoa the Maacathite. The sons of Shimon, Ammon, and Rina, Ben-Hanan, and Telon. The sons of Ishi, Zoheth, and Ben-Zoheth. The sons of Shelah, the son of Judah, the father of Lekah, and Lada, the father of Maresha, and the families of the house of those who worked fine linen, of the house of Ashbea. And Jocham, and the men of Kozeba, and Joash, and Saraph, who had dominion in Moab, and Jeshub-Lahim. The records are ancient. These were the potters, and the inhabitants of Netaim and Gedera. There they lived with the king for his work. The sons of Simeon, Nemuel and Jamin, Jareb, Zerah, Shaul, Shallum his son, Mibsam his son, Mishma his son. The sons of Mishma, Hamuel his son, Zakur his son, Shimei his son. Shimei had 16 sons and 6 daughters, but his brothers didn't have many children, neither did all their family multiply like the children of Judah. They lived at Beersheba, and Molatha, and Hazarshual, and at Bilhah, and at Azim, and at Tolad, and at Bethuel, and at Hormah, and at Ziklag, and at Beth-Markaboth, and at Hazar-Susim, and at Beth-Birai, and at Sharaim. These were the cities to the reign of David. Their villages were Etam, and Ain, Rimmon, and Token, and Ashan, 5 cities, and all their villages that were round about the same cities, to Baal. These were their habitations, and there they have their genealogy. Meshobab, and Jamlech, and Joshua the son of Amaziah, and Joel, and Jehu the son of Joshabiah, the son of Sariah, the son of Asiel, and Elonai, and Jacobah, and Jeshoshahiah, and Asahai, and Adiel, and Jesimiel, and Benaiah, and Ziza the son of Shiphi, the son of Alon, the son of Jediah, the son of Shimri, the son of Shemaiah. These mentioned by name were princes and their families, and their fathers' houses increased greatly. They went to the entrance of Gedor, even to the east side of the valley, to seek pastures for their flocks. They found fat pasture and good, and the land was wide and quiet and peaceable, for those who lived there before were of Ham. These written by name came in the days of Hezekiah king of Judah, and struck their tents, and the Meonim who were found there, and destroyed them utterly to this day, and lived in their place, because there was pasture there for their flocks. Some of them, even of the sons of Simeon, 500 men, went to Mount Seir, having for their captains Pelatiah, and Neriah, and Rephaiah, and Uzziel the sons of Ishi. They struck the remnant of the Amalekites who escaped, and have lived there to this day. Chapter 5. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. For he was the firstborn, but, because he defiled his father's couch, his birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright. For Judah prevailed above his brothers, and of him came the prince, but the birthright was Joseph's. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok, and Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Joel, Shemaiah his son, Gog his son, Shimei his son, Micah his son, Reaiah his son, Baal his son, Bera his son, whom Tilgath-Pilneser king of Assyria carried away captive. He was prince of the Reubenites. his brothers by their families, when the genealogy of their generations was reckoned, the chief, Jael, and Zechariah, and Bela the son of Azaz, the son of Shema, the son of Joel, who lived in Aroer, even to Nebo and Baal-Meon. And eastward he lived even to the entrance of the wilderness, from the river Euphrates, because their cattle were multiplied in the land of Gilead. In the days of Saul, they made war with the Hagrites who fell by their hand, and they lived in their tents throughout all the land east of Gilead. The sons of Gad lived over against them, in the land of Bashan to Salekah, Joel the chief, and Shapham the second, and Janai and Shaphat in Bashan. Their brothers of their fathers' houses, Mikael and Meshullam, and Sheba, and Jorai, and Jachan, and Zia, and Eber, 7. These were the sons of Abihail, the son of Hurai, the son of Jeroah, the son of Gilead, the son of Mikael, the son of Jeshashai, the son of Jado, the son of Buz, Ahai, the son of Abdiel, the son of Gunai, chief of their fathers' houses. They lived in Gilead and Bashan, and in its towns, and in all the suburbs of Sharon, as far as their borders. All these were reckoned by genealogies in the days of Jotham king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam king of Israel. The sons of Reuben and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men, men able to bear buckler and sword, and to shoot with bow, and skillful in war, were 44,760 that were able to go forth to war. They made war with the Hagrites, with Jeter and Naphish and Nodab. They were helped against them, and the Hagrites were delivered into their hand, and all who were with them, for they cried to God in the battle, and he was entreated of them, because they put their trust in him. They took away their cattle, of their camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of donkeys 2,000, and of men 100,000. For there fell many slain, because the war was of God. They lived in their place until the captivity. The children of the half-tribe of Manasseh lived in the land. They increased from Bashan to Baal-Hermon, and Senir and Mount Hermon. These were the heads of their fathers' houses, even Epher, and Ashai, and Eliel, and Azriel, and Jeremiah, and Hodaviah, and Jadiel, mighty men of valor, famous men, heads of their fathers' houses. They trespassed against the God of their fathers, and played the prostitute after the gods of the peoples of the land, whom God destroyed before them. The God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Pilneser, king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Hala, and Habor, and Hara, and to the river of Gozan to this day.
Paul, looking steadfastly at the council, said, Brothers, I have lived before God in all good conscience until this day. The high priest, Ananias, commanded those who stood by him to strike him on the mouth. Then Paul said to him, God will strike you, you whitewashed wall. Do you sit to judge me according to the law, and command me to be struck contrary to the law? Those who stood by said, Do you malign God's high priest? Paul said, I didn't know, brothers, that he was high priest, for it is written, You shall not speak evil of a ruler of your people. But when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees, and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, Men and brothers, I am a Pharisee, a son of Pharisees. Concerning the hope and resurrection of the dead I am being judged. When he had said this, an argument arose between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess all of these. A great clamor arose, and some of the scribes of the Pharisees' part stood up and contended, saying, We find no evil in this man, but if a spirit or an angel has spoken to him, let's not fight against God. When a great argument arose, the commanding officer, fearing that Paul would be torn in pieces by them, commanded the soldiers to go down and take him by force from among them, and bring him into the barracks. The following night the Lord stood by him and said, Cheer up, Paul, for as you have testified about me at Jerusalem, so you must testify also at Rome. When it was day, some of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink until they had killed Paul. There were more than 40 people who had made this conspiracy. They came to the chief priest and the elders and said, "We have bound ourselves under a great curse, to taste nothing until we have killed Paul. Now therefore you with the council inform the commanding officer that he should bring him down to you tomorrow, as though you were going to judge his case more exactly. We are ready to kill him before he comes near." But Paul's sister's son heard of their lying in wait, and he came and entered into the barracks and told Paul. Paul summoned one of the centurions and said, "Bring this young man to the commanding officer, for he has something to tell him." So he took him and brought him to the commanding officer and said, "Paul, the prisoner, summoned me and asked me to bring this young man to you, who has something to tell you." The commanding officer took him by the hand, and going aside asked him privately, "What is it that you have to tell me?" He said, "The Jews have agreed to ask you to bring down Paul tomorrow to the council, as though intending to inquire somewhat more accurately concerning him. Therefore don't yield to them, for more than 40 men lie in wait for him, who have bound themselves under a curse neither to eat nor to drink until they have killed him. Now they are ready, looking for the promise from you." So the commanding officer let the young man go, charging him, "Tell no one that you have told these things to me." He called to himself 2 of the centurions and said, "Prepare 200 soldiers to go as far as Caesarea, with 70 horsemen, and 200 men armed with spears, at the 3rd hour of the night." He asked them to provide animals, that they might set Paul on one and bring him safely to Felix the governor. He wrote a letter like this: "Claudius Lysias, to the most excellent governor Felix, greetings. This man was seized by the Jews, and was about to be killed by them, when I came with the soldiers and rescued him, having learned that he was a Roman. Desiring to know the cause why they accused him, I brought him down to their council. I found him to be accused about questions of their law, but to have nothing laid to his charge worthy of death or of bonds. When I was told that the Jews lay in wait for the man, I sent him to you immediately, charging his accusers also to bring their accusations against him before you. Farewell." So the soldiers, carrying out their orders, took Paul and brought him by night to Antipatris. But on the next day they left the horsemen to go with him, and returned to the barracks. They, when they came to Caesarea, and delivered the letter to the governor, presented Paul also before him. When the governor had read it, he asked what province he was from. When he understood that he was from Cilicia, he said, "I will hear you fully when your accusers also arrive." He commanded that he be kept in Herod's palace. After 5 days, the high priest Ananias came down with certain elders, and an orator, one Tertullus. They informed the governor against Paul. When he was called, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, "Seeing that by you we enjoy much peace, and that excellent measures are coming to this nation, we accept it in all ways and in all places, most excellent Felix, with all thankfulness. But that I don't delay you, I entreat you to bear with us, and hear a few words. For we have found this man to be a plague, an instigator of insurrections among all the Jews throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. He even tried to profane the temple. We arrested him. By examining him yourself you may ascertain all these things of which we accuse him." The Jews also joined in the attack, affirming that these things were so. When the governor had beckoned to him to speak, Paul answered, "Because I know that you have been a judge of this nation for many years, I cheerfully make my defense, seeing that you can recognize that it is not more than 12 days since I went up to worship at Jerusalem. In the temple they didn't find me disputing with anyone or stirring up a crowd, either in the synagogues or in the city. Nor can they prove to you the things whereof they now accuse me. But this I confess to you, that after the way which they call a sect, so I serve the God of our fathers, believing all things which are according to the law, and which are written in the prophets, having hope toward God, which these also themselves look for, that there will be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and unjust. Herein I also practice always, having a conscience void of offense toward God and men. Now, after some years, I came to bring gifts to the needy to my nation, and offerings, amid which certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple, with no crowd, nor yet with tumult. They ought to have been here before you, and to make accusation if they had anything against me. Or else let these men themselves say what injustice they found in me when I stood before the council, unless it is for this one thing that I cried standing among them, concerning the resurrection of the dead I am being judged before you today." But Felix, having more exact knowledge concerning the way, deferred them, saying, "When Lysias, the commanding officer, comes down, I will decide your case." He ordered the centurion that Paul should be kept in custody, and should have some privileges, and not to forbid any of his friends to serve him or to visit him. But after some days, Felix came in with Drusilla his wife, who was a Jewess, and sent for Paul, and heard him concerning the faith in Christ Jesus. As he reasoned about righteousness, self-control, and the judgment to come, Felix was terrified, and answered, "Go your way for this time, and when it is convenient for me, I will summon you." He hoped that way that money would be given to him by Paul, that he might release him. Therefore also he sent for him more often and talked with him. But when 2 years were fulfilled, Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus, and desiring to gain favor with the Jews, Felix left Paul in bonds.
Psalm 4. For the chief musician on stringed instruments, a psalm by David. Answer me when I call, God of my righteousness. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. You sons of men, how long shall my glory be turned into dishonor? Will you love vanity and seek after falsehood? But know that Yahweh has set apart for himself him who is godly. Yahweh will hear when I call to him. Stand in awe and don't sin. Search your own heart on your bed and be still. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness. Put your trust in Yahweh. Many say, who will show us any good? Yahweh, let the light of your face shine on us. You have put gladness in my heart, more than when their grain and their new wine are increased. In peace I will both lay myself down and sleep, for you, Yahweh, alone make me live in safety. Psalm 5. For the chief musician with the flutes, a psalm by David. Give ear to my words, Yahweh, consider my meditation. Listen to the voice of my cry, my King and my God, for to you do I pray. Yahweh, in the morning you shall hear my voice. In the morning I will lay my request before you, and will watch expectantly. For you are not a God who has pleasure in wickedness. Evil can't live with you. The arrogant shall not stand in your sight. You hate all workers of iniquity. You will destroy those who speak lies. Yahweh abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But as for me, in the abundance of your loving kindness, I will come into your house. I will bow toward your holy temple in reverence of you. Lead me, Yahweh, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their heart is destruction. Their throat is an open tomb. They flatter with their tongue. Hold them guilty, God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Thrust them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against you. But let all those who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them always shout for joy, because you defend them. Let them also who love your name be joyful in you, for you will bless the righteous. Yahweh, you will surround him with favor as with a shield.
A man's gift makes room for him, and brings him before great men. He who pleads his cause first seems right, until another comes and questions him. The lot settles disputes, and keeps strong ones apart. A brother offended is more difficult than a fortified city, and disputes are like the bars of a castle.